Hello everybody, this is Melissa Cady, the Challenge Doctor, and I was reading a book that I wanted to share with you. Dr. Wayne Jonas, I listened to him at a lecture at the Institute for Functional Medicine, and this is the book, which might be backwards on your screen. This book, I'm not even done, and it's really great from the aspect of how complex our systems are and how we can be very frustrated with trying to overcome maybe some bad habits or unhealthy habits. And the reality is sometimes that the way we go about it, I myself as a physician, I can tell people, hi Pete, that these are the reasons you should stop and these are the things that should be done. And even though we know that, it's really hard for people to actually follow through or change what's going on. And what's real about this is that our habits are tied into a lot of parts of our lives, which are related to our social environment, whether it's maybe what we're eating, and we get so much gratification and connection with the family, and so it takes a lot of creativity. I wanted to share one example that I came across in reading this book already, and I'm sure you'd be okay with me just sharing a little snippet, but an example of someone trying to quit smoking, and that the creative approach to dealing with that wasn't talking about the million things that can be bad about smoking. There's definitely nothing good about smoking, although I've had a patient tell me that she was worried that if she stopped smoking, then she would get cancer. Not quite the right way to think about it, but the way that this patient approached it with Dr. Jonas was, hey, what are the things you love to do? What is it that makes you feel happy? What are the things you want to do? And it turned out that he used to love running and he loved how he felt. And it may not be for everyone, but this particular person felt like they could not actually go run because of their smoking and being deconditioned. And so they've already made this mindset belief that they weren't capable of doing that. When in reality, we are always capable of changing. We're always adaptable. So what I found really fascinating and uplifting and inspiring is that Dr. Jonas educated him or helped him understand that you can start with this group, which was a group for people that are couch potatoes, essentially, that want to do marathons. Even though there was resistance because he doesn't think he could ever run a marathon, it was set with a community that actually was wanting to just get up off their rear ends and start doing something and maybe one day do a marathon. And what he found out was that one time being around people that were just starting and the person guiding it started where they're at, and they didn't go uphill, they went like straight running or a little downhill, which made it a lot more bearable. And so what happens is you start believing in yourself and believing you can do something, but you have to start at a level that makes sense for where you're at. And so what built in this little social anchor of other people and feeling so good after that first event versus just going out and trying to run a marathon the first time, which would be silly because that's not taking advantage of the way your body is changeable. So start where you're at, and then you build this community that inspires you, you enjoy the conversation, and you end up getting something else out of it. So you start associating something positive with something you thought you couldn't do, and it took somebody else to help him believe in himself, but also have faith in the process. And so that faith in the process can let you get to a place where it starts changing the bad habit. So the person that was starting to do the running and was loving it and doing all the time started feeling good about themselves, and their body did not want the smoking as much. And so sometimes smoking and bad habits fill a place or a void in our life, whether it's just stress or loneliness or whatever it may be, and you replace it with something else that feeds the soul and feeds your need as a human for connection. And it's amazing what can come from that. And Pete says, many pain patients believe they cannot do things they did before pain. And that's true. And that's our flaw as human beings, is that we have this belief that the reality is where we're at right now. And we can't see beyond that. So it makes it really hard for us to think that we can do something else. So you almost have to find someone to help you, inspire you to do more, but in a smart way. Because going at it and making yourself depressed and hurt because you went too fast, too soon, too much, is not abiding by the rules and the laws of the body. Now, some people can get away with doing a little bit more than usual and be sore for just a few days and they can bear it. But if you're in pain, your body's already on high alert and trying to protect itself. So you want to be aware of where you're at and take it in, and as Pete Moore would say, pace yourself, which many of us echo the same things, maybe in different words. So I just wanted to remind you that you don't have to beat yourself up on a bad habit, but maybe look at what you're missing in your life or what you think that you'd like to be doing, and start low, go slow, and gradually work yourself in that direction. And you might be very surprised that you don't need the things that are bad for you, and your life can completely turn around. So encourage you to see change within challenge, or as I always say, challenge your health before your health challenges you, and before it makes you think that you can never do anything. So get out there, do something you love, and start moving that direction, and a lot of the bad stuff will be easier to say no to. So y'all take care. Pete, thank you very much. And yes, setting a goal and action plan is how you achieve it. Put it on paper, get someone to hold you accountable, and just get to doing it. Life's too short. Make it awesome, and talk to you next time. Bye.